Okay, y'all. So it's 2:59, right? A.M. in the morning. Today is March 24th, 2026, y'all. I'm still currently being monitored by the Illuminati that's stalking me, trying to get a hold to my son because they're trying to rape my son. So I'm going to go down, think till I'm posting this on YouTube. I'm recording this on Facebook, but my Facebook is currently blocked and private due to the fact that my child's father, he think he could come and use my videos that I say, that I record, and what I say on my videos, and think he could use them against me. Remember, I am the one who's recording this, and these are my videos. Okay? So they're my evidence. Okay? So let me start off. My child's father, Tavis Bill, Darrell Antonio Moore, and their occult, which consists of their family members, some of my family members, and other different races, which are Africans, Hispanics, Chinese, and so on, and white people, foreigners, have put voodoo and witchcraft on me, have isolated me from my family with the help of Tavis Bill and his family, and they plotted and planned to make me homeless and jobless for the rest of my life. And they're getting mad because their plans did not work. These people have been stalking me for years. They've been inside of my family way before I even knew they was in my family. But I noticed years ago they've been stalking me and causing my life to have distress, pain, and depriving me of my livelihood. Right? So the first crime they tried to pin on me was robbery. When I first started dating Tavis Jermaine Bill, he was an insider working for the government in Prince George's County, Maryland, and D.C. and Virginia, because those three states are very close to each other. Like, you could enter each state and city, like minutes away from each other, right? Certain parts of Virginia and certain parts of Maryland, but D.C. is very small. Okay, these people, I have been serving Tavis Jermaine Bill and Darrell Antonio Moore and some of my family members that I do not know that's on my father's side and probably on my mother's side that we're not aware of. Been serving them at my job at McDonald's from 2009 up until 2014. Because the shit started in 2014, stalking me when my grandmother died, when we had used the money from my grandmother's bank account on the behalf of my mother, because she was the policy holder accordingly. That's what we was told. But what they did conspiracy, and they try to flip this narrative around and try to isolate us and really isolate me and make me feel like we had robbed a bank when we did not rob a bank, right? And they played on that situation for years, trying to scare me and manipulate me. And some of the tactics Tavis was using, saying he works for the police, which he does. He does work for the police. He's an insider for the police, and the police works for him. They're all occult members. They're all the same people. Their third eye is open. They all have psychic abilities. And that's why they're so adamant about grabbing somebody's kid out here. When you feel that that CPS is trying to get involved, the reason why they're trying to do it is because they're trying to rape your kid. They're trying to possess them and have their third eye open and have them telepath just like them and use that ability for bad deeds, right? So they did put voodoo on me, and the voodoo is still working on me, right? But I have learned to control the voodoo and witchcraft that was put on me. This stuff came out of Tavis' mouth and Darrell Moore. They both admitted that I had a curse on me. So no, I'm not just saying that. And then two, I felt the voodoo and witchcraft on me as well. So I'm not making this shit up, okay? One of the curses they put on me was to try to rape my son. They wanted me to rape my son, but I did not rape my son, and they played on the situation because things kept coming in my head. That wasn't the only thing that kept coming in my head. Unwanted thoughts about having sex with gay men, liking females and animals and stuff, liking shit, doo-doo. That stuff kept coming through my head as well. But the main situation they try to play on is trying to say that I like kids when I do not like kids, right? Because the unwanted thoughts kept coming through my head, right? So I'm letting you say, I'm saying this out my own mouth. So what I did was use tactics to try to calm the curse down, or whatever demonic spirit was on me. I tried to calm it down by accepting the curse. Like sometimes I would say like, yep, if a box touched me, like when I was working at Amazon and I walk past a box and a box would touch like the side of my backside of my butt or something like that, something will come in my head sexually, and I'll say, yep, that feel good. That will feel good. Or like if my son touched my arm and it makes me feel like in a sexual way, I'll say, yep, that feel good. That feel good. So now they're getting mad and what they doing, they mentally abuse me. They reversing psychology. They using psychology trying to make it still intimidate me. What they do is they follow me. They already know where I'm going to be. Like if I told y'all, they everywhere. If I go to the doctors, for some reason, they're there. If I get on the bus, they're there. Okay? And then, not only that they're mean mugging me on the buses and the trains, everywhere I go, trying to intimidate me. They was doing this way before my son was even born. And I didn't know what was going on. Some of the things that was then said out of Taylor's mouth is, your father don't have no streets in this credit, no credit in these streets. Your father sold you to me. And then he'll say stuff. Do you know that parents, they sell their kids to other people for marriage and all this other stuff? Yeah, but that stuff is not legal in America. So what they're doing here, because there's a lot of foreigners here that's mating with, they already took over. We don't know who's black. That been happened. But still, that's their thing. Foreigners do that in their country. We in America don't do that stuff in their country. So what Tavis and them doing, because I don't even think my child's father, I don't think he's even black American. I think he's African, because he got a lot of African people and foreigner people in his family. So what they doing is something illegal amongst each other inside of their cult. Like when they have kids with other people that's not aware of the Illuminati and that's not inside of their cult, they think they can illegally enslave them and to deprive them of their livelihood. That's what they did to me. Okay, so let me say one thing. I purposely say things in my head and just to make the Illuminati mad. And what the Illuminati try to do, they try to use it against me and think they can take my kid away from me. So this is what I say. One of the things I say in my head is, that's why little girls, little boys, little dicks look good, feel good, think good, sing good, dance good, bounce good on my dick. The reason why I say those things is because Tavis and Darrell and their people put voodoo on me. And they've been trying to get to my son for years, messing with me. Before the curse even got worse. Because before the stuff was coming through my head, I wasn't doing that. I didn't understand why it was coming through my head. And then I tried to do it this way, try to agree with the curse. But every time even before I tried to agree with the curse and accept the curse, they were still trying to make it look like I was the one thinking these thoughts in my head. Now, I was not thinking those thoughts in my head. There were really unwanted thoughts coming in through my head. And I was being penalized for them. I was losing jobs behind it, illegally, silently, and secretly amongst their cult, because their cults are running these businesses. They're all in cahoots with each other. And you think it's maybe very impossible? No. I'm telling you, it's something freaky going on in America, in the United States of America, in the state of Maryland, D.C., and Virginia, and they doing something weird, right? If I'm lying, how come my child's father, he's trying to set me up and take pictures of my son? My son is autistic. My son, he goes inside my shirt and does this to my breast and tried to, just for the feeling of my breast, right? So one time I was doing Instacart, right? And we came home and hold on. I was doing Instacart and we came home late. We was 2 hours into our sleep. My child's father came home and woke me up out of my sleep, talking about something, the house not clean. The only thing that wasn't clean was my child's room. It was messy and probably a little dishes out in the living room, right? That I didn't get. So, like I said, I get some fish on my nose. I don't know where I left off at. Oh yeah, he came in the house next to me, trying to wake me up out of my sleep and started stuff. And I had set up set up on the we was laying on the bed on the floor because the mattress was on the floor, I believe. Because I had around that time period, I was breaking everything down because I was trying to leave from the situation because he kept hitting me in the house and stuff for no reason, and it was based off what I was thinking in my head, and it wasn't that part. It was what I was thinking about the real Antonio Moore in my head, and he kept getting mad and jealous and hitting me in my head, and I was trying to expose him. That's why I was recording myself a lot in that apartment because that was one of the reasons why I was trying to expose him. Like, look, he has psychic abilities. He be putting his hands on me for no reason, right? So he took a picture of me sitting up after he woke me up out of my sleep. He woke me up out of my sleep. This is on Instagram. He woke me up out of my sleep, and I sat up, and he was cursing me out. My son rolled over in his sleep and stuck his hand in my shirt, and he took a picture of it and tried to make it look like it was pedophilia. How could you make that look like pedophilia? How? What was I doing? So since he took a picture of it, I took another picture of it from a different angle. Right? But when I go to say stuff like this to my child's father and say, you trying to go along with the story and say that I raped XYLO and I touched XYLO inappropriately when I did it. And if XYLO. Hold on, y'all. The first thing he gonna try to say is, nobody is taking you to court. Nobody saying that you raped XYLO. Nobody's saying that about you. But you did say that because I got you recording on a Facebook video and I was recording. And he came inside the house. I was in the kitchen cleaning and he came inside of the house and out of nowhere he started arguing with me, starting picking with me. And then one of the things he had said out of nowhere was, you a child molester. He just shouted that out for no reason. And I was like, what? In the video, you gonna see me looking like, why would you call me a child molester? He gonna say, because you take showers with your son. Okay, my son was about 3 years old, 2 years old. Ever since I've been taking showers with my son, even when my son was months old, he kept complaining about me taking showers with my son. And then he'd say stuff like, what if we had a daughter and I took a shower with our daughter? Okay, like, now you sounding weird. And I'm not saying he's sounding weird because he's pointing out, what if he take a shower without doing it? It's just the fact that, mothers are nurturers. And why you singling it out in that way? Why are you being nasty and why you being desperate to take a shower with your kids? I only take a shower with my son due to the fact that I have a lot to do and I try to make things smooth out and easier. That's when he was younger, up to 4 years old. Like he's 5 now. He's 5 now. He just turned 5 in December, and I haven't took a shower with him yet since. Right, but it's just the fact that why are you singling stuff out like that? Okay, he's still young. I could take a shower with him right now, but I don't feel comfortable at this age, at the age that he is now. I don't feel comfortable with him taking a shower with me now. Okay. Last year, I took showers with him, but now he's getting up to age, and I don't feel comfortable with him taking showers. Okay? So, but it's the fact that the entire time of my child growing, excuse me, hold on, y'all. So like I said, he took a picture of me, and I took a picture from a different angle, right? So that's one thing, right? And then another time is I got the recording on Instagram when my child's father told me that Darrell Antonio Moore, he had put a video of me and my son on a porn site. Okay, this is when I was talking to Darrell Antonio Moore, and he used to come over my house. And at some point, I used to think that he was probably doing stuff to me and my son while we were sleeping. Because I caught him in the middle of the night one time when I woke up. I think a few times I woke up and I caught him going through my closet while I was asleep. And I didn't know why he was going through my closet. And then when he left out my house, I noticed some of my stuff was missing. Like one of my receipts to my rental office, like my rent receipt was missing. My Bible was missing. My swimsuit bottom was missing. And there was something else that went missing, right? He was stealing stuff from me. He even stole $134 from my purse, right? Remember, this stuff, they been stealing from me. Darrell Antonio Moore, my child's father, back in 2019, they stole $4,000 from me, pretending to want to teach me how to do Forex trading, and they was going to teach me instead. Talking about they was going to flip the money, make it another $4,000, so that me and Tavis, which is my child's father, both could have $4,000 in our account. So I was supposed to get back my original $4,000, and Tavis was supposed to gain the $4,000, and then the other $2,000 was supposed to go to Darrell Antonio Moore for flipping the money, because he's supposed to have been the one that knew how to do the trading stuff, and he was supposed to be the one to teach us. What they did was scam me out of my money and stole it and ran off with it, right? And my child's father, he was playing victim as if he don't know him, he not close to him, and when he find out where he at, he gonna do this and do that. Yeah, never took it to the courthouse or anything. He kept telling me, this is before I became wiser of what the situation will happen. Because back then, y'all, when you're a victim of narcissist abuse and occult members abuse and stuff like that, you don't know too much, especially if you come growing up and you didn't grow up in a family like that. And I started dating my child's father in 23. He started to like manipulate and mold me into how he wanted things to be and stuff like that, right? So one of the things he had tried to say was, listen to me. I'm the man. I'm the head. You got to listen to me and this and that. So when I did listen to him about how to go about getting my money back, instead of getting my money back, he gave Darrell Antonio Moore his laptop and let him keep my money and tell him something. He said he gonna flip the money still and he never bought the money back. And the reason why he gave him his laptop back is because at one point during the time period when he was at my child's father's house, I had took his laptop due to the fact that Tavis Bill, which is my child's father, and his mother and aunt and them was going around the house talking about how the boy was getting ready to steal the money when Tavis was never saying that to me. So what I try to do is to try to get the laptop so that we both could, so we could get him in front of both of us, and so he could explain to both of us what's going on. But instead, my child's father, he tried to scare me before. This was way before he became my child's father. He tried to scare me into believing that, I gotta give him his laptop back. Basically, he was trying to convince me to give him his laptop back and making it look like if I don't, I could get in trouble. And that he was like, he'd say persuasive words like, you know that laptop is way cheaper than that $4,000 that he got. So if you want your money back, you better give him that laptop back. But I'm looking like, nigga, if you is my boyfriend, you on my side, you make sure he give us that money back first, and then he gets his laptop. If that's the case, if that's how you feeling, right? So you could kind of tell right at that point that he's on his side, right? So anyway, I tried to trust him and give him the money, give him the laptop. He gave him the laptop and let him walk away with the money. And then he ran off with the money. We never saw him again. My child's father kept playing around, talking about some, he don't know where he went with the money. He keep texting him about the money. And then sometimes, like, this was going on for months, right? This is like months, a year, months and stuff like that. So at some point, the guy was texting my child's father back, right, before he became my child's father. And like we'll be in the store, right, and I'll see him on his phone texting, right, because I know my child's father, he's good with computers, and he a hacker. Him and Darrell Antonio Moore, they both hack stuff, right? So he was texting, right? So then that's when, like an hour later, he'll say, look, he was just texting me. And I was like, Tavis, why would you show me a text message, a conversation of you and him texting each other an hour later when we were just sitting right there the entire time together, and you was texting him instead of showing me each text message, instead of showing me like every time he had sent him a text, the guy would send Tavis a text, and Tavis would go to reply. Why you didn't show me as soon as you went to go reply back so I can know that it's really you texting him, right? Okay, so according to the history, they didn't know each other, right? So at this point, I had voodoo on me. I had witchcraft on me. At this point, I did not know that I didn't think they knew each other based off of their word, and I didn't think they knew each other based off their word. And at that point, I thought that my child's father was lying, that he stole the money and he just wasn't giving it back to me. That's what I kept thinking, right? So, that happened in 2019 when my money got stolen the first time. In 2022, I linked up with Antonio and started having relationships with him on my own, by myself, because it's a lot to go through. I'm just trying to give y'all what's going on a little bit. My child's father, he been having a female that he's been talking to for years throughout our relationship, ever since I started dating him in 2014. He been talking to a girl named Janice Alexandra Jenkins that he have a child with, that he's hiding the child. He's hiding the child. He's been having a relationship with her. He's been in a secret relationship with her, trying to pull me into polygamy, secretly, silently, illegally, without my knowledge. They stayed on the phone all day, every day throughout our relationship for 10 to 12 years. Like, they could never part from each other. Like, he can't get rid of her, she can't get rid of him. So that's why I decided to talk to someone else on my own. And plus, Antonio Moore, when he came around 2019, he was like flirting with me and stuff like that, but I was ignoring it at the time period. But in 2022, I had reached out to him myself, and even then he was still flirting with me. Although I liked him, I did like him. I'm not gonna lie, I liked him at first, and I had said happy birthday to him. That's all I did. I said happy birthday to him, reached out and said happy birthday to him. That was it. He initiated the flirtation and trying to get me to come to him and this and that. That's how we started talking on that level, on that personal level, right? So, again, he introduced Forex trading again to me. And this time, he used a tactic and he said, well, I feel bad for Tavis not giving you the money back and this and that. So what I'm going to do is, if you give me another $4,000 and I flip into another $4,000, I'm gonna give you $8,000. I'm gonna give you your $4,000 back for the $4,000 you giving me to flip it, and then an extra $4,000 for Tavis not paying you your money back, right? This guy took it to a whole nother level, lied about everything, scammed me out my money, still never gave it to me back. It's now 2026, never gave me my money back. They're making motor sounds, the Illuminati. They just drove past and made a motor sound, I swear to God. I got evidence on this guy. I could take it to the courthouse and get him in trouble for a lot of stuff. At first, I could take him. Hey, Zala, wait a minute. At first, I could take him to the courthouse to sue him for my money. But I swear to God, my life was so fucking crazy, and it's still crazy. The Illuminati kept creating shit for me to do something every day to wear me out and tear my body down, wear and tear on my body and my mental, just so that I won't gather evidence up to use it against them and go to the courthouse. So those 3 years had passed. That's the limitation in Maryland to sue somebody, right? But guess what I can do? I still have until 2027 or August to get this boy in trouble for other stuff. For extorting, fraud, prostituting, and so on, right? And that's what I'm working on. I already got the papers to fill out the charges in my book bag right now, because I went down to the courthouse and I grabbed the papers so that I could press charges against him, so I could get him arrested, right? Because he needs to go down, along with Tavis Bill. Tavis Bill needs to go down because I was set up there. It was a conspiracy, right? So now, they stole my money. You blame me for robbing my grandmother's bank account. Then when I mentioned, like, out of nowhere, my child's father, I'm going all over the place. I'm just trying to give y'all some stuff. One time, my child's father, when we was working at Target, I was working at Target, and then I got fired from Target. He would start working at Target in 2024, right? He gonna tell me the girls that got me fired, Carlia, he said, which is their occult member. He said, if Carlia, he just came out of nowhere. I told y'all, he be shouting. Like, I got evidence to prove that he shouts anything out. And that don't be making no sense, right? But this is how you know he's guilty of it. He came out of his mouth and said, we was arguing about something. And then he just came out of his mouth just to make me angry. But what he was stating was facts. He said, if Carlia said you robbed the bank, this is what he said. We all gonna say you robbed the bank. Who is we all, Tavis? Remember, you said you don't know those people at Target. I know you know those people at Target because that's what y'all presented to me at Target. Y'all was all staring at me, looking at me, making me uncomfortable. Every time I go think something in my head, they go like this. They're showing me that they telepath. Not only that, my child's father admitted to having psychic abilities. I swear to God, he admit to having psychic abilities. Not only that, they show me each time. They'll show me like that, like subliminally, they'll show me that they have psychic abilities. Like every single time I go think something, they'll make a face to let me know they're thinking what I'm thinking. They know that I'm thinking what I'm thinking. Or they'll go like this and mean mug me and stuff like that. And most of the times I'll be thinking about getting my money back from Darrell Antonio Moore, getting them in trouble with the law to make them go to prison for life, right? But it was admitted verbally they are inside of a cult. Yes, verbally that was told to me. Darrell Antonio Moore and Tavis Jermaine Bill both admitted to being inside of a cult. And they both admitted to having psychic abilities. I'm not making this up. I do not lie about stuff. So if you think that I'm lying, I will never lie about anything like that. And I'm trying to get them caught up. Right? So, and the reason why he tried to say that, they all say I robbed the bank. But how fair is it that y'all the same people that's stalking my sister and my mother and them? Well, are y'all going to say that my sister robbed the bank? So I told Tavis, if I robbed the bank, you know that my mother and my sister robbed the bank and you robbed the bank. And then he said, he tried to say, well, I was just playing. No, you wasn't. Because the last time when I said that to you, I said, Tavis, how I robbed the bank if I reached out, my mom got money out the bank too. Then he going to say, well, they robbed the bank too. Then you robbed the bank too because you was there. Right? You was there. You was part of the plan. You knew about it. So why would you lie and try to isolate me and say I robbed the bank and then let Arisha get away with robbing the bank, supposedly? Because I never used money on the behalf of myself. I only took the money out for my mom. Okay? I explained the story somewhere else. Y'all probably seen it. Probably know about it. I don't know. But the money was never for me. But my sister, she had took money out of my grandma's bank account one time to use money on her behalf for her own self. And their occult that's following my family and my sister, that my sister might not be aware of, but I'm aware of, they know that. They know she used the money for herself, but they also know that I didn't never use the money for myself. But what had happened was they were trying to single me out because they know they couldn't go to my mother because my mother probably know that she had the right to use that money. But they tried to make me feel like it was a robbery and single me out and been depriving me of my livelihood illegally, along with the state police and stuff like that, and the sheriffs and stuff like that, using scare tactics, trying to put me in mental hospitals and say whenever I mention a story, they try to make it look like I'm going crazy when I'm not going crazy, make up lies, said that I'm not being followed by helicopters and stuff when I were being followed by helicopters and stuff like that. Like, imagine being like, you know something's going on and somebody, it was like a horror movie, knowing something's going on and somebody lying about it, knowing they told you, well, I work for the police and I could get you locked up and this and this and that, and the police work for me, and then in a house when I'm living with my child's father, they making it look like I have to do what they say do, or I can't get a job, I can't get this, or making me feel like I'm illegally enslaved, like I did something, like I committed a crime, like the police after my back. Like, I swear to God, the police and them, it's a lot of people, it's millions of them, but they're all in cahoots with each other, working with each other, setting people up with crimes and making it look like they commit crimes when they did not commit a crime. This has been going on for years. They try to use that bank robbery stuff for years. Come to find out, it was a conspiracy. Because if my mom robbed the bank, why haven't she been locked up yet? My mom got the life insurance policy. I asked my mom recently, can I read the policy? Because back then I didn't read the policy, right? I want to read the policy because if the policy says anything about that my mom could use the bank money, her whatever money was coming, which was my grandma SSI money, I believe, that was coming on her bank card. If she was able to use that money for whatever, because money was left to her, then they needs to go down and do life sentences for conspiracy, because I was deprived of my livelihood. That's why I take it so seriously, and that's why when people keep asking me why you keep talking about the bank stuff, because I suffered in silence and secretly amongst their occult when I was living with my child's father. I was a slave illegally. And I was being hold back from stuff. They were treating me like slaves. Like when I had got a job like for a minute when I was like, that money was taken out in 2014. I started living with my child's father back in 2015, right? And the entire time I was living with him, I couldn't find a job, and I was living underneath them, suffering, like being put out their house, again, talked to, telling my child's father, telling me if I don't have sex with him, I gotta go, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, and stuff like that. Like basically trying to hold me around and stuff like that. And the only reason he have a relationship with me is have sex. But while he's having sex with me, he's talking to another female. If I catch an attitude about him talking to another female, oh, I'm doing too much and this and this and that. Like that wasn't a relationship. That was enslavement. Making it look like you bought me stuff like from your heart. No, you didn't. You only did it because you had an agenda. You was trying to get me arrested the entire time for no reason. But the reason why, Hello. The reason why he couldn't get me arrested because it was no crime. Because if it was a crime, then that means you had to lock out Risha, which is my sister and my mom. And you couldn't do it. And they just made a motor sound when I said you had to lock out Risha, because I also said they didn't want to do it in my head. I said they couldn't do it because they will have to lock them in. I said they didn't want to lock out Risha up in my head. That's why. And they just made a motor sound. Well, I have evidence on my sister, just in case the police try to come my way in any type of way. I have evidence on my sister that she could be locked up. If you want to play stupid. So like I said, the Illuminati used tactics to pull me down, along with Prince George's County Police Department and other police departments in the state of Maryland, because they everywhere. I could go to Baltimore, Maryland. They're doing the same shit to me. I go to D.C. I'm currently in D.C. They're doing the same shit to me. I go to Virginia. They're doing the same shit to me. They got something in their head. They're reading minds, and they throw their eyes open. I'm not making this shit up. Right? So they've been trying, not only that they try to accuse me of robbing a bank, and they couldn't pull that trick. The next crime was I'm going crazy. I'm saying helicopters were following me. Yes, they were following me. So the year that he stole my money, my child's father and that boy Darrell Antonio stole my money, he had his girlfriend Janice. Shut up! He had his girlfriend, Janice Alexandra Jenkins, harass me on my phone for 3 months straight, right? And then when I asked him, I got in a text message. I was asking to help me get her in trouble. He was trying to convince me once again, like he tried to convince me about Darrell Antonio Moore stuff, taking my money, giving him his laptop out. Here's another sign that he was guilty. He tried to say she can't get in trouble for texting you. Why would you get somebody in trouble for something like that? That's petty, innocent, because it's called harassment. Why would you call me on my phone just because she couldn't get in touch with you? And the whole entire time you was pretending to be me, Tavis, through your Facebook, letting her know that she need to call at a decent time, and she got mad and called my phone and started harassing me 3 months straight because you ended up blocking her because you saw how she was acting, supposedly because you lied, and you wasn't talking to her, so she decided to harass me, and it was a whole entire lie. The entire time he was still talking to her. He tried to make it look like to me that he blocked her, but he was still talking to her and try to sneak out at night to go see her. That's what he would do. Like when I go to sleep, because he stay up throughout the middle of the night, he'll sneak out to go see her with his mother car. So that's what he was doing. And I had no idea until one time, Darrell Antonio Moore, when I linked up with Darrell Antonio Moore, I had a feeling that he was doing stuff like that, but I didn't know really until Darrell Antonio Moore told me that he took him to go see that girl himself. He took Darrell Antonio Moore to go see that girl, and I'm trying to figure out what was the reason behind that. I'm still trying to figure it out to this day, because they all in cahoots with each other. Darrell Antonio Moore, Jimmy Alexander Jenkins, and Tavis Bill, they all together, working together, along with their family members in the cult. So what I came to the conclusion was, it was a setup just to make me go to Darrell Antonio Moore so that Tavis and Jamise could be together in the end. And so they could come up with another excuse. Oh, you cheated on Tavis, but the whole entire time Tavis was cheating on me already. So they had to come up with a narrative so Tavis could break up with me. And so that I could look like the bad guy, because he been talking to this girl for years. But even with me talking to Darrell Antonio Moore in 2022, when I cheated on Tavis back in 2022, finally I cheated on him 8 years later. How do I still look like the bad guy when the last time I spoke to Darrell Antonio Moore was in 2024? I ran into him. I was like, the last time I talked to him on that level, like far as us being in a relationship, was in 2022. But I ran into him in 2024, and I asked him about my money, and he gave me back my money. But I'm talking about like on a personal level. I haven't talked to him since in 2022. But Tavis, he still to this day, it's 2026 now. He still have that girl number. He still talk to her. He still try to have sex with, like just last year in 2025, in these, like in November or October, while he was still talking basically to me. Although we wasn't talking to each other, but still. He asked her to have sex with him. But you been doing this. You been asking her to have sex with you. Y'all been having sex with each other secretly and trying to cover it up. Y'all been talking to each other. You still talk to her still to this day, 2026. You have not yet let her go. I don't talk to nobody. It just be me and my son. So that's how you know he's the cheater. How does a friend like that stays in your life, in a male life, a female friend stay in a male life throughout his entire relationship with his girlfriend that he had, which is me, and I had a baby, and not only that I had a baby, we broke up, and she's still there. That because that was your girlfriend the entire time. Not only that, when I got pregnant, he told me that she got mad that I was pregnant. I must be tripping. I don't know if anybody else think that's weird, that a female friend that's supposed to only be your friend, why would she come out her mouth and say, why would you get her pregnant? And then he talking about something, he thought it was cute. Okay, so I'm not tripping that he's a cheater, right? I'm not tripping that he thinks that's the cheater. But let him tell it, that's just my friend. That's just my friend. But if that's just your friend, no friend will tell you that. No friend will tell you, say, oh, why would you do that? And also added the fact that, oh, she's waiting for me to be in a relationship with me. I'm tripping. That because she's already in a relationship with you, and y'all already knew that I was going to get pregnant, because they all psychic, they all have psychic abilities, and they're mentally ill, and they try to create stories because they don't have nothing to do in life. Okay? Then the next crime was, I said they were trying to, said that helicopters was following me. That's the second crime. Helicopters following me, calling me mentally ill, because after she was harassing me for 3 months straight. So that's when he went to go to the courthouse to get an affidavit for him, saying that year, y'all, I was not complaining about no helicopters, right? It was only the money thing. They stole my money back in 2019, the harassment stuff. So they already put me out. Him and his mother put me out. So why the fuck would you go to the courthouse to go get an affidavit for him? Then when I come and get my stuff, you call the sheriff so they can take me to the hospital and put me on the 4th floor in Prince George's County Hospital, where the mental ill people at, so they can evaluate me, so the psychiatrist people can evaluate me. Why would you do that, Davis? If you didn't want to be with me, y'all already put me out. Don't that make sense to y'all? If you think somebody is that crazy, and you talking to another female and you don't really want to be with this person, and you put them out already, your mother, and you put me out, don't that make sense just to leave them alone? Let me come get my stuff in peace and leave me alone. Instead, he want to make my life miserable. He's talking about something. He cared about me. Tavis, it shows, Tavis, this is why I could get you in trouble with law enforcement, still to this day. It shows that you did not care about me. Still to this day, it shows that you don't care about me. Because before I cheated on you, you were still talking to the girl even after you put me in the hospital. You were still talking to her. I had a baby with you. You was treating me trifling. That's why you went on child support the first time. I got evidence on all of that. It shows that you didn't care. So why would you lie and say you care about somebody and you was trying to get them some help? No, you did not. You was not trying to get me no help. You was trying to purposely put me there because right before that happened, that same year when they stole my money and stuff like that, his unknown was harassing me. She came over his house talking about something. You need to be medicated. For no reason. Let me tell you this. I'm not a problem person. I don't do anything. I do regular shit. Get mad because my boyfriend talks to another female. Get mad because you're making me mad for no reason. Like that's the type of stuff that I do. I get mad at. That's the most that I do. I stay to myself. I don't do shit. I'm not a problem person. So the fact that him, my father, and all their occult members and stuff like that, because my father's part of their occult, that I want to get him caught up too because he's a fucking liar. And he used to beat on my mother, abuse my mother, because my mother used to tell me the stories. But now that I know what the situations are and is, he need to be arrested because that's what they be doing. They be beating on women because they inside of a cult for foreigners and stuff. And they be getting a good kick out of it. And it's not funny because how about somebody go murder somebody? How would you feel if somebody murdered you? Yeah, you wouldn't like that feeling if I start going around scratching y'all off and murdering y'all in the state of Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. You wouldn't like that. So he used to be my mom, because my mom used to tell the story that my dad was abusive to her and stuff like that. But now I know what was going on. He's inside of all cults, because that's the same thing that happened to me. He's inside of a cult, and yes, my father has made it known subliminally that he's part of them. I could read between the lines that he's part of them. And all our family members, most of our family members are connected to them. Some of our family members are connected to them. There's reason why I say what I say. That's why I say an investigation needs to be done. Because it may sound, they make more sound. Yeah, they just drove past. Look, they try to hurry up and drove past. Because they try to make it look like me bringing my father up in a situation doesn't make sense. It does make sense. Because my father also admitted that he knew Tavis family members. And that he used to be a good guy. No, he never been a good guy. He always had been a terrible person, pretending to be a good guy. And I'm finding out on my own that the real Antonio Moore is highly related to me. And he knew that. And he still had sex with me. And he's incest. He has had some incest on my father's side, though. He has said some incest shit to me, talking about something he loved his sister like he would have sex with her. Anyway, so the second crime was saying that I was mentally ill, saying helicopters was following me. When that particular year, I was no longer talking about that. That's why I said, Taylor, I know for a fact I wasn't talking about that entire year. I was only talking about him stealing my money. So he lied and went to the courthouse. He swore on oath and then lied and put documents on me saying that I'm losing my mind. So what I had to do, I had to play the game. I had to do the tactics that no. So the psychiatrist released me. The moment, like I told y'all the story already, my father came and got me with his fake ass pretending. When he came up there, the person that he was talking to was laughing and smiling. Because it was all a joke. It was the jokes on me. Because he was in on it. But I got released anyway. Went home. I can tell y'all a lot of stories about that. It's a lot that is too much going on that I need to talk to a professional, like law enforcement. Somebody that, because I can sense when they're on their side. Somebody that's not on their side to get these people down to do a secret investigation. Like you got to be low key. Like when I mean, you got to be so low key that they don't know that you read minds. Because if you do read minds, 10 times out of 10, they read the minds out here, the government. So you got to be so low key that you could turn something off or figure something out how to capture these niggas, because they all start pulling the cameras around the states and stuff, and you'll see that they're committing crimes illegally. Like they're doing stuff illegally, purposely. So, that was the second crime. The third crime is now I got pregnant. When I got pregnant, they been plotting to get my son taken away from me. I told my mother that while I was carrying my baby, they were trying to do that. Things just got worse. Ever since I had my baby and it came out, they've been plotting to take him away from me, trying to create more crimes, saying I raped him, this and this and that. They pre-planned it because they have psychic abilities. We could take lie detector tests to prove that I'm not lying, and that I'm telling the truth. That they pre-planned the stuff, and they try to pinpoint rape on me, because they was gonna plan. They was gonna do it. They had to plan to say that I did it, because they was gonna do it, which they did. And I'm not the only one they did this to. They did it to multiple people, other people in my family as well. And the one thing they like to pinpoint is raping your kid. Because I was told that one of my family members, when her kids got taken away, their same occult members that's connected to my father and Tavis Jermaine Bill and DeVar Antonio Moore, their occult member had called CPS and said that their kids were being tied down and raped. Why are y'all always constantly using the word rape on somebody else's kid? You call in CPS and said that their kids are being raped. Why y'all like to throw that in? So that's I'm in these streets right here in Maryland, DC, and Virginia. I've been moving pretty smart. That's why they getting upset and trying to keep coming down hard on me and think they can capture me. They can't capture me. And what they're also trying to do is have manipulation tactics, trying to act like they my friend, trying to give me stuff as far as like, now I got a job. Eventually I have to get a job. But they're trying to make it look like it's them that's giving me the job. Or I'm going to move on the behalf, like I'm going to get an apartment on the behalf of them. That's the only way I can move and stuff like that. That's what they doing. Like, I want like a little stuff like me getting direct deposit with my Social Security benefits for my son. That just got set up. They trying to make it look like that was a surprise. Like that it was because of them. Like, no, like leave me alone. That's normal life stuff. And it's happening subliminally. Like they be driving past like on the street making motor sounds like to everything I say and go like they say, I say I got direct deposit in my head. I said it. Finally the direct deposit set up. They go like I'm not making this stuff up. It sounds kind of off, but it's not off. If you a woke person and you know that about the Illuminati and stuff like that, you know there's some crazy people out here. And I'm telling y'all, some people that's way intelligent than me, they don't know that these people are reading minds. They're reading minds out here. They have telepath. They're telepathy. But what they're doing, they're using it for bad reasons. The government is the one, and these minions out here, which is regular citizens like me and you, they are the ones that's creating the crimes and pinning it on innocent people like me and you and getting away with it. And we get locked up and arrested behind their crimes. And do time. That's what they just recently tried to do to me. But they can't get to me. So what they keep trying to do is keep trying to provoke me so that I can do the first damage. And that way I can be looked at as a criminal. And then I get in trouble and go to jail for real. Like, for example, with the laundromat situation that happened in November of 2025. The lady, she bumped my son real hard. And my son bumped into me. So I had tapped her and I said, did you say excuse me? I said, you said excuse me? She hit me in my face and then we started arguing and started fighting. What they tried to do was make it look like I started a fight. When I got my audio proved that I asked her a question and she started getting rowdy with me. But they tried to lie. Her and another fake lady that claimed they was a witness there, I don't know who witness for her, said that I started and I was acting outrageous and this and that. No, I was not. In my video, I don't know why you even lied like that. When in my recording, it's clearly, you can clearly hear my voice sounding calm up until she got rowdy with me. So you're being a liar. And they never, and I asked the police that same exact day, can you pull the footage? Well, the manager is not there to pull the footage, so, okay, can you come back and pull the footage? Yeah, but never went back. I was calling back to back from November up until, February of this year, of 2026? Can you go get the footage? Won't go get the footage. Never got the footage. But yet, the Illuminati, every time I catch an attitude with somebody out there, they try to use that situation for a very long time on me and make it look like they start having their police cars driving past me like they issue a warrant. So what I did, I tell y'all, when I started sending police cars and helicopters and stuff, they trying to communicate with me. And 10 times out of 10, they be trying to scare me. So what I did was start calling around and say, did I get a warrant yet? Did I get a warrant yet? Because they try to apply for a warrant for me. Because they call me the suspect when I'm actually the victim. So they said no warrant was issued yet. No warrant was issued yet. And they put me down for a simple assault. It's a simple assault. So a simple assault, you got a year to give me the warrant. And then on top of that, I said, if they give me the warrant and I get in jail, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sue the police. I'm going to sue the DA. I'm going to sue that lady. And I'm going to sue the witness. And so on and so on. Because now you're depriving me of more time, because that lady lied and pushed my son with her butt. And she knows she did it on purpose. And that will be seen on camera if y'all only just go get the footage. That's what I'm trying to prove to y'all. If you go pull the footage, you're going to see that she bumped my son purposely. And she lied and said that my son stepped on her foot. That's another lie. And then you're going to see her attacking me about 4 times. And then I had to defend myself. And then you hear her in my audio shouting, back the fuck up, as if I was in her person's face. But if you pull that video footage at the laundromat, you will see that I was nowhere in her space. Yes, I was walking up. Yes, because you know when you mad and you talking and you're like, okay, I asked you, did you say excuse me? Because XYLO, shut up. Throughout the entire video, I kept asking her, did she say excuse me? That's all I basically kept shouting. If you hear my, I uploaded the video already to YouTube, and you can hear me saying, I wanted to know, did you say excuse me? That's all I kept saying. And I just kept saying, you lucky, because my arm broke. Yes, my arm was broke, and I still fought her, but I didn't fight her all the way. I had stopped through the man fight. And this is another thing I wanted to get her in trouble for, because I know it's something on that video footage. I had stopped fighting her, and then I had gave up on my arm because my arm was broken. It was weak. I couldn't swing back or anything. And she had my hair like this, and I wasn't hitting her at all. But then I sat on the floor. Some reason I feel like the Spanish people, she's an African, the Spanish people in there was signaling her to do something to me, because she paused. And then she was talking about something. Are you done? Are you done? It is almost like she was looking around. Are you done? Are you done? Probably smiling and laughing, and then start swinging and hit me. So that's the part that I want to see as well on the footage. But they don't want to go get the footage, because if they pull the footage, because the DA, she supposed to be that white Hispanic lady, whatever she is, she supposed to be like Trump administration is supposed to be the good people, the good guys, right? They care about the crime in DC. Y'all got on the mayor and the chief about they're not reporting a crime rate, right? Well, crime just happened again, and you're supposed to be a good person. You should be on. I'm sure she got plenty of cases, right? So, but still, you got to be on top of these cases, because when people need evidence, you need to go get them. Or you start firing your police departments, because they're not pulling evidence like they're supposed to. Your police departments don't be on top of the evidence like they're supposed to. Go and get them evidence. And they never went back to go get the evidence. They think they was going to use word of mouth. They think they was going to just use word of mouth with me. No, to this day, I still got that audio. Just in case they try to give me a warrant, I'll take it to the courthouse. And when I have my hearing, I'll say, look, this is what happened. And now I want to sue. I've been asked y'all to go get that video footage. I've been asking the police, because there's something on it. I know for sure it's something on it. And you want me to tell you? I know for sure it's something on it. It's going to prove that I'm innocent. The whole entire video going to prove that I'm innocent. Because even towards the end of the fight, she looked weird. She tried to hug me. Now, why would I hug you if I don't know you, but I've seen you before, and I know that you're inside of their cult, and you purposely bumped my autistic son just to start a fight, and you hit me in my face when all I asked you, did you say excuse me? Now, why would I hug you? So when she went to go hug me, because the police was walking right in, she tried to hug me. I pushed her off of me. You gonna see that on the video footage too. But the DA and the police didn't want to go get that. Because you don't want to see your Illuminati cult members being mentally ill. That's mentally ill. Because you know you did a crime, and now you know an innocent person can get y'all in trouble. And then I can start taking y'all down even more, because y'all are doing that to many more people. Another incident just occurred some days ago. Today is March 24th, 2026. It happened probably like 5 days ago at the Dunkin' Donuts. I went in there. I asked for 2 meals. It was a deal. $6 meal. I asked if I could substitute the drink, because you only can get a hot coffee or iced coffee. Substitute the drink for apple juice. The lady told me, I asked her, did y'all have any apple juices? She told me no. Right? This was before the substitution part. I was making my order. I said, do y'all have any apple juice? Because I didn't want to get him no iced coffee. She said no. So I said, okay, I'll just take the iced coffee. I got my order down, my receipt. The guy behind me went up there and he got an apple juice. I said, excuse me, you just told me y'all didn't have no apple juice. She's going to lie and say, because I wasn't recording at first. And then I eventually, what made me turn my recording on is when I swiped my card to pay for the payment. And she pressed something so that my card can look like it's been declined. That's what they kept doing to me in 2024 when I was doing Instacart, and I'll go gas my car up at the gas station. And the gas station people, I'll go swipe my card there, hurry up and press something, and then my card say decline. As if I didn't have money on my card, but I know I have money on my card. Especially if I got like $300 on my card, I know there's nothing wrong with my card. So this will happen at the Dunkin' Donuts some days ago, this year, 2026 of March. She pressed something on that thing and made it look like decline. I said, hold up. Let me take my recording out. I said, y'all, I'm at the Dunkin' Donuts and I'm about to purchase something. And I said, I just swiped my card and she tried to make it look like decline. So this time when I went to go swipe my card, it didn't decline. The people that was behind me in line, there were the Illuminati occult member also signaling them to make it purposely decline my card, because I just came from the house. We didn't have nothing to eat, and I was going to buy my son something to eat. And I was on my way to the Social Security building, which was right behind the Dunkin' Donuts. So they was purposely trying to decline my card so I could have a hard time figuring out how I'm going to feed my son. So the government be setting people up to be homeless and jobless and make them have struggles when struggles and homelessness don't really exist. Especially if you have family members that can help you. So what they're doing with these occult members that's working with the government, they're trying their hardest to pull me down to the point where I have no help. Right now I have a cousin that's helping me with my son. She's my last hope, y'all. My last hope. Without her, I ain't going to have nobody else to help me with my son. And the reason why they're doing that, because they're just mentally ill. They crazy. You're one of your occult members to give somebody a baby. Now you're making them have a hard time in life. And now, hold on. You're making them have a hard time in life, and then you're making them struggle with the baby. Hit Illuminati, try and pass. And now you're getting more mad because you know. They're getting more mad because they know they're getting more mad because they're trying to get to my baby and they're trying to rape him, because that's what they are called, consists of butt breaking the babies and the boys and raping the little girls and stuff like that, right? So, no, Zala. You need to sit down. It's too early. You're making so much noise. So, basically they were trying to purposely make me starve my baby that day. And then make it look like, oh, you got a surprise coming your way. Like they're controlling stuff. No, nobody wants to struggle. If I'm making ways for me not to struggle, stop trying to find ways to put into place to make me struggle. That is becoming annoying. I had to go back down to the Social Security Administration people to ask them to help me get inside of my account so that I could be able to communicate with them. They still haven't done it. Just telling me to go through this link and this link and this link and this link and this link. Okay, the same with social service, with my child support case and my food stamp case. For a long time I couldn't get to those portals since August of last year because somebody had removed my email from my account and I wasn't able to log into my account. And now I still haven't been able to log into my child support account. Now I'm able to log into my food stamp account because I created another account and then linked my case to that account. But I tried to do the same thing with my child support case, but I couldn't. So now I called child support. Child support still haven't helped me link my child support case to my new account. What they're doing, they pretend to act like they don't know how to help me do it. This is in the state of Maryland, Temple Hill Social Service Building, y'all. So if anybody is familiar with that, anybody that's in government and knowing that people are doing fraudulent activity, and you know, as far as the workers and stuff, and you're trying to expose them, please help jump onto my cases with these people and get their asses in trouble, because they are very fraudulent people. Okay? I'm so tired. Okay, that was the second crime. Trying to say I'm saying helicopters. The third crime is me raping my son. They're trying to say that I raped my son. They had used witchcraft and voodoo on me. Remember, the witchcraft and stuff was already on me, and that was one of the stuff. Like, stuff on one of the thoughts were coming in my head. Like, say, now y'all want me to be real, so I gotta be real, because I've been real, because this video is going on YouTube. I already said this on Facebook and Instagram already. So, say if, because my son is autistic, and he goes on my shirt and he touches my breast, right? A nasty thought will come in my head that's not even my thought, and I don't know why that would happen. So, it kept going on for a very long time, at least like a year or something. So, eventually, what I started doing, I'll say stuff like, ooh, that feel good, just to get rid of the curse or something like that. It don't even have to be that. It could be my arm or something, or my foot or something. I'll say, yep, that feel good. But before I start doing that, that will happen, and then they'll try to make it look like, when something comes to my head, they'll make it look like that was my fault. But look, I'm going crazy. Who did that? Look, the next thing will be like, who did that? I'll say Tavis and those people out there. Who's those people out there? Multiple people that keep walking past me, or I see on the train or bus. They're staring me and looking at me like I'm doing something wrong, and I'm not doing nothing wrong, just to make me feel like something. If I'm kidding, can y'all please tell the President Trump, can y'all go to Walmart and all the other stores that I hit in 2024 when I was doing Instacart, and go to those stores and go pull their camera footage, revive the footages, and pull them back. And you'll see in those stores I was being harassed. Like, as soon as we walk in the store, the workers, the customers, all of them looking at me, mugging me like this and stuff like that. Out of nowhere. If I'm tripping, I must be out of my mind. Because if you could see that on camera, then you know that I'm not making up nothing. So, you say be real, I'm going to be real. Because I'm tired of these bitches keep following me. Because just yesterday, I was out. My son was not with me. He was with my cousin. I was out doing my own thing. I got off from work. I went to the courthouse to go try to catch the Reverend Antonio Moore court hearing. I missed it due to the fact that when I got there, I couldn't find the courtroom, right? Then I went to my interview. Then after my interview, I got on the train to go home. They were trying to make it look like they were trying to still get my baby. Like, I was on a bus. I got on the bus to go to my interview. There was this guy. We were sitting at the bus stop at Suitland Station. There was a guy with a suitcase and another guy. The guy behind me, the another guy, which was behind me, he started communicating with me, talking about some, I don't know what he said to me. He said something to me. Oh, no, he started saying to me. Then we got on the bus. He was still talking to me. But when we got on the bus, a thought came through my head. It was either came through my head or I purposely said it because I know they was the Illuminati messing with me. So when I said what I said, this is what he did. He balled up his fist and went like this. He said, like that. And then we continued to talk. And I'm looking like, okay, so I know I just saw you tighten your fist up and you looked at me with a mean look, but yeah, you still in my face because I know what I just said in my head. So I'm playing cool like I always do because I know they're the Illuminati. I'm going to play stupid with you because I know that you're here for Tavis and them and people trying to tear me down for no reason. All of this stuff happened for no reason. You're pinning a crime on somebody that didn't commit a crime that you're trying to actually do. My child don't know you, sir, so I don't know why you getting mad about what I just said in my head. So you can't get my son taken away from me based off what I'm saying in my head, and that's what they're basically doing. Nothing physically I'm doing, but what I'm saying in my head. And that's what you call mentally ill, and that's what I'm trying to expose them. But the more I talk, it make it look like I'm something like she going crazy. No, I'm not. Now, if you start pulling footages, when I ask you to pull footages, the police, and how I look at what these people are doing to me, it don't look like I'm going crazy. But the reason why they're not going to do it is because they don't want to be seen doing something. Like, I like a few times, just like yesterday, it's a video when I was at the courthouse. The guy, he came to my face, started talking to me out of nowhere. So I went like this with my camera, and he backed up and went like this. Even at the courthouse, when I went to the courthouse to go see Jamise Alexandra Jenkins' hearing, I put the camera on the people at the security people. They went like this because they know it's either. I feel like sometimes they're not even supposed to be there, and they're a big gigantic cult. It's something going on because Tavis claimed that he's a millionaire, Jarrell's a millionaire, and they know millionaires. So to me, I feel like they are connected to millionaires. There are having them work for them with the government and all. Somehow they taking over a building, like following whoever they want to follow and take them down, or it's either they've been there for a long time and that's just how the world they've been operating, and somebody need to stop them in their tracks and expose them. Something like that. Something freaky weird going on. Because why are you already on camera? But I guess because it's your cameras and y'all could delete them whenever you want to. And when somebody else capture you on their camera, you know they can hold on to that footage for a long time. They back up from the camera. They scared. I'm on your camera. You don't see me backing up, doing what I'm doing. When I yell at my son, you call it child abuse. No, it's not child abuse. So stop making that stuff. But they were child abusing my son, trying to hit my son with a vehicle. Tavis in there caught. Tavis a cult member trying to hit my son with a vehicle, hit my son with a forklift. I called the police on that situation. Pushed my son down and made him cry. And when he got up and stopped crying, the people in the store, they were looking like they were mad that he stopped crying because they wanted it to hurt him. That's child abuse. That's evil. Child abuse is even. Child abuse is also when a parent, not just a mother, but in my situation, I'm the parent, the custodian parent, have the child, and there's occult members are stalking me and depriving me of my livelihood and causing me and my child to live in poverty. When I know I could get myself out of a situation, I did everything. Like this whole entire month, in previous month, I fill out 30 applications a month. There's no way I shouldn't have a decent job. Like I got a job right now, but he purposely only gave me 2 days. So I'm getting ready to pick up another job, Amazon, but it's only seasonal. But I'm praying that they keep me there because it's 40 hours a week and it's the opposite days. It's overnight. The same shift that I work for the security job overnight, but it's 4 other days that I don't even work for the security job because I only work Saturday and Sundays at the security job. So the other job is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So if they could keep me there, I'll be so happy that they keep me there so I can make more money. They just made a motor sound. So that way I could finally get into my apartment. I could go get me and my son an apartment before the school year so that I could be at home teaching him because I'm trying to homeschool him because I don't want him to go to school. Because I'm scared to put him in school because they are raping people's kids. I put him in daycare. He came home doing stupid stuff, pulling down his pants, and the Illuminati been trying to blame me for that too. I didn't teach my son to pull his pants down. I'm not an overly sexual person, but his father is. And I'm not even trying to pinpoint that on his father, but it's their whole entire cult. They overly sexual. I've been beat up because of that. Oh, you not grown because you don't want to have sex and this and this and that. No. Having too much sex is too bad for you. Because you be having sex with the wrong person, which I was, and they're doing demonic stuff for you. I don't have to go into the details of why I feel this way and why I feel that way. But I took my son out of daycare because of that reason. Because they're doing something. And then, y'all the same people that's been stalking me for years. Even at his school, when I put him in school for his autism, I put him in child EC something. Those teachers, that was his teacher, are part of Tavis and Jarrell&MOMMY occult. I've been serving them at McDonald's for 4 to 5 years, the entire time I was working at McDonald's. And the people that's in the school, the administrative and everything. But I didn't take him out of school because of that reason. I took him out of school because we got in a car accident because one of their people purposely hit my car. And my car got totaled, and now I'm out of a vehicle when I actually need a vehicle. But I'm scared to get a vehicle because if I get a vehicle, my insurance rate is going to be $1,600. And I can't pay for insurance that's $1,600. That's too much money. So I think the only way, I don't know. That's too much money. I gotta wait at least some years for it to go down. Because I'm tired. I gotta go back to sleep. And I was gonna try to continue this video. I'm trying to continue as much so I can give y'all a little more details of what's going on. But currently, the situation right now is I'm away from my child's father. I don't even talk to him like that. But yeah, his occult members are still stalking me. He knows that. He's trying to play innocent. I told y'all his crime was staged. Just like the Reverend Antonio Moore. He's getting off on his, I'm surprised he got another hearing. But I believe they pushed the hearing back just so I could see the hearing since I missed it the first time. Janice Alexander Jenkins, she got off on her hearing. So the current situation is they're trying to still say I like kids because things that keep coming through my head and I'm purposely playing on the situation and I'm making things worse. I'm going to make things worse up until the curse stops completely, up until they get exposed for depriving me of my livelihood with that bank robbery stuff and taking money from me, stealing money from me, and making me work like a slave and illegally enslaving me, and they get exposed for reading their minds. If it never stopped, guess what? Hey, I never stopped, but I'm not doing nothing physically. I'm doing something mentally. But I'm suffer behind what is going on in my head mentally. They're not going to say that, or that nobody's going to come to the forefront. If I say that person is reading my mind, they're not going to say they are. That looks weird. But if you pull camera footage and see how they're looking at me and read body language, you want to see that they're doing something strange and weird. What I say is, get lie detector tests to give to people that I'm accusing. People, if you're an innocent body, you shouldn't be scared to take a lie detector test. Now, it's a lot of pressure on me because they're accusing me of huge crimes silently. They have not brought these crimes to the courthouse, but I've been taking some of them to the courthouses. But the fact that you think you could, just because you didn't take them to the courthouse and you think that you could take a job from me and say this and that, that's illegal to do. And that's why I've been taking it to the courthouse, because it's illegal to do that to citizens. Like the people that's in control of these, I don't know how these people got empowered to do this stuff. That because there's something fishy and weird going on. I'm tired, y'all, so I'm sounding like probably not making sense to y'all. For those who know. Like Young Pharaoh, I seen that somebody had posted that he was arrested. Why does that boy keep getting arrested? That boy is highly intelligent to the point that he should not be arrested. I'm not saying that people don't do dumb stuff to get arrested or anything like that, but the government is on his back because he's very intelligent. He's been exposing the Illuminati, the deep state, DC government, and this and this and that. How there's aliens? Yes, there are aliens. I've seen them with my own eyes. I've seen stuff with my own eyes to prove that there are aliens. If you revive the footages, you will see. Because a baby don't stay fucking months old for a whole entire year. I swear to fucking God, in 2024 when I was doing Instacart, I did Audi, right? I went to an Audi store to shop for a customer. There was a lady with a baby on her fucking hip. Walked past me. And that baby I could clearly remember due to the fact that I said to myself, that looks like Tavis' brother's daughter. And I said she looked like a little Marla. So I remember the baby. Tell me why in fucking 2025 I seen the same lady with that damn baby on her hip, same size and everything. It's a year later. They roll like months later. Year later. That baby is still the same size, looking the same age and everything. How come the baby is not walking now? How come the baby is still on your damn hip? How come y'all looking like y'all aliens and shit? I seen other stuff other than that. I'm just pointing out that one particular thing. I find that very weird and fishy. But let me tell it. I don't know. I just want to give y'all some update stuff of what's going on because they keep harassing me out here And I'm getting sick and tired of being harassed. I'm trying to get me and my son into an apartment before school year starts because I'm the one that's going to be homeschooling. I'm trying to get everything prepared, but I'm trying to find a job. Yeah, so I found Amazon, but Amazon's only seasonal. We don't know. Sometimes they keep their people, sometimes they don't. So I'm going to try to perform my best there and try to ask if I can stay there so that I can make the money. 40 hours a week, good. The days that I actually need to make more money, good. And it's overnight shift, and I can come home from both jobs overnight and teach my son, good. And I have a little bit of help right now, stop, good. So I can get me and my son, and plus I'm still going to be working on Forex trading myself because I already learned how to do Forex trading, but I paused it because a lot of stuff at court came about again. So I got to pause it because I had to hurry up and do this job stuff and stuff like that. Oh, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm tired. But I'm not doing nothing. The person that I stay with, they had cameras in their house and these people still bothering me. So if I need to ask this person, I don't know how long they keep their footage. If I need to ask this person, can you boil your camera's footage, please? Because they keep doing this just in case the situation get served. You could use it against them. Because what am I doing? Nothing. But the only thing I'm doing is reporting stuff on my social media, and you can't use that against me if I'm trying to use it against you. If I'm saying what I'm saying out my mouth to y'all about them saying that I rape my son, that accusing me of raping my son, or like your kids, and I'm saying it right now in my mouth on the video, I'm saying this so I can use it against them. So stop trying to, because my stuff is on private on Facebook. So how is more than one person seeing my videos? Okay, that's good too at the same time. But how are you going to use my stuff against me when I'm using it against you? Those are my evidence so that somebody could look into what I'm saying so they could do an investigation of what's going on around me, just in case they secretly doing an investigation and I don't know they there and they are. That way they could get those people in trouble that's stalking me. Me and my son, like, I've been having a hard time even before my son came out. Like, my whole entire 20s were short. I got with my child's father when I was 23. I have not had a decent time at all. Like, I didn't get to buy clothes. I didn't get to go shopping. I didn't get to go out to eat or anything, keep myself up or anything. Like, I'm so tired. Like, I'm trying to buy my son some clothes. Good thing I'm about to start this little Amazon job. Now I could buy him some spring clothes and stuff like that. And we could go out, go to the zoo and stuff like that. And then I could help my aunt, give her a little extra to help pay down her bills. Because I pay her rent money to stay here, but I could give her a little more like I told her I was. Because at first, these 2 little days from the security job, I didn't know how I was going to do it. But now I picked up Amazon. Now I could give her a little more than what I was going to give her. So it could help her hurry up, pay down her bills. And buy my son some stuff and try to stock up my money. And hope at the same time they're able to keep me. Because that's what I'm aiming for. My mind is to be kept when I go in there. So hopefully they could keep me. But if not, then I'll be back I'm still be putting in applications just in case they don't try to keep me. But I'm tired. And I'm 35 years old. I just turned 35 March 4th of this year, 2026. And I did not enjoy my birthday. Because I'm still in the same spot. At least for my birthday, I could have been in my own apartment by now. I wish I was in my own apartment with my son. And he see a different environment. But I didn't get nothing good for my birthday. I didn't get nothing. I lost everything, my car, because of other people. It's not even because of me, because I'm a very responsible person. It's because of other people's actions. Trying to make it look like it's my action, but don't nobody believe me. Like my mother and my aunt, they don't believe there's people following me. I believe they believe there's something there, but they probably got so used to those people bothering them, they trying to ignore the situation. But I believe they believe me to a certain extent. But they need evidence and proof. And that's what I keep trying to tell them. Every time I tell the police don't want to pull the evidence. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to lay back down. I was just cleaning up, but now I'm getting so tired of talking right now. I'm going to have to go to sleep for a minute and then get back up. And then that way I could fix him something to eat. Because right now I'm not about to fix him nothing to eat. I'm sleepy. It's like 4:21 a.m. in the morning. And I'm tired. So I'll see y'all.